So really, what this app will showcase, and really not to sound pompous at all, is just the flexibility of the roads framework itself and the different things that you can do. You know, Brian hooked into the mobile framework and showed some customized screens that he had, and that looks absolutely horrendous. But anyway, you can download it. It's called I'm Messiah, and it's in the App Store, so feel free, you know, because that's all pixelated and nasty, and it's actually gorgeous. Our people actually did a really great job giving me artwork for this and everything. So you can see we have the typical list view going across the top, and like I said, I'm big on the app working offline, and there's a couple apps that I've used that just simply don't. Now, typically you have access. If you have a smartphone, you have a data plan, so you can usually get access. You have internet access, or whatever. But so what I've built in, we have, for example, sports course. Soccer is huge at Messiah. You know, if you know about soccer, you know about Messiah College. Our guys do really well. So what this does the very first time you hit the sports page, it goes out and grabs a JSON file and stores it locally on the phone. So if perchance you're here in this room and you don't have a signal, you don't get an error. You just see the scores that you saw last. So then we have a refresh button. I hope we got this works. Up here, double tap. Awesome.
Found.
That's precious. Let's see. We'll try that again. All right, maybe I lost my glory. Typically, that one works. You can see across the bottom we have some things scrolling that you can't read. But we had a marketing group come into Brand to College, and they have these bullet points. And so that's just a file, and that's just, you know, it's jQuery, it's just kind of scrolling across. We have our 4 buttons at the bottom. Oh, one cool thing I want to show you. There's a reception coming up. Anybody saw that? Our map, we did a little differently. We have this fantastically beautiful white screen. Oh, right. The first time you access the campus map, I loaded a database of buildings and departments and whatnot. So we have this 3D rendering of our campus, which is gorgeous. It's all over campus. You can walk around, you know, the building that you're in is highlighted and whatnot. And I wanted to use that because, you know, the Google integration is great, but unless you know the shape of the building or what the rooftops of your building look like, it's a little disconcerting trying to figure out where exactly you are. So, so we have this gorgeous map. Let's see if we can and there we have a drop down or a pop-up on an iPhone. It doesn't pop up, and a ginormous list of all of our departments. So if we pick one, this is not planned. So here's hoping this works. Choose a lawyer center. We're gonna. Oops, I double tapped it. Just do additions. Okay. So it scrolls down just like Google Maps does. It throws a flag in Old Main where our admissions department is. So if we thought buildings are great, but if you're new on campus, you don't know what Old Main is. You don't know what Eisenhower is. You just know you need to go to the admissions department. So you know we link those up. Or if you do know that, you know, oh, lunch is in wherever lunch is. Let's say we want to go to Eisenhower. So then you tap that, and you know it does the same thing. So and this works on iPad as well. It was an absolute nightmare to make happen, but it's pretty neat. It would really be sweet. What it doesn't do is GPS coordinates because it's simply a JPEG. It's not location aware, so that's next on the list. Ideally, it'd be great to just pull that up and have it to stamp you right where you are. I had these thoughts of grandeur where you could say where you want to go, and it would actually map out directions for you and stuff. So that's in the future. We have some get here directions. We figured prospective students that are using these aren't on campus typically unless they're visiting, and so we wanted to get you here. So we have links to local transit authority, train station stuff, taxis and whatnot. We have a department directory. This was really interesting because you can't do this in Banner, which is crazy. You can't just get a list of departments. You can get a list of people in departments. You can say who's the head of, a department, but you can't say just give me a list of departments because phone numbers are tied to people and people are tied to departments. I don't know how it all works. So we actually had to create a department database, which is completely separate, not part of the Banner database, and so it's sitting over here. And it was a great work study product. We had some students typing in all the department information. So typically you tap a department and it pulls up a picture of the building that it's in and contact information, just like any other app that you would expect that has the one-touch phone dialing, one-touch email link to it. The location on campus, if you tap that, it'll come up with a nice picture, and also what I was expecting. That. I was expecting that to come. Okay. Oh well, it's down. Obviously, this was really built. Admissions kind of drove this, so we put them high on the list there. So we have admissions information. This little button here says you can't see that, but it says add contacts. So you tap that, and then now we have the admissions department information added to your phone's contacts. So if in a crazy fit of not thinking right, you actually removed our app from your phone. I don't know why you do that. The admissions information is still in your phone. So you can contact us even if you don't like the app. And we have apply now. I'm not going to tap that. That actually goes to a mobile enabled application for the college. So you could, if you wanted to, apply online using your phone. The cool part about that is you can start an application and then save it and then log in from your PC when you get home to actually type your essay, because that would be crazy. And schedule a visit to campus. Hopefully this will work. This pulls some files from our server. Nope. Awesome. I'll tell you what it does. Actually, I might even pull some screenshots of that. Right. No other app. When we were doing competitive research, we'll call it that, I was looking for ideas. I realized that no other college's application or phone apps that I found actually let you schedule a visit to come to their campus from within the app itself. I'm like, there's a huge loophole here. So we actually created that, and I lied, I don't have a screenshot of it, but it's really cool. So what I did is I wrote a web service. I actually wrote this functionality to schedule a visit and manage all the dates, open houses, those types of things, big admin console for the admissions department for our Publik website. So to get into the phone, I wrote a web service on top of that to expose those dates and whatnot. So the form comes up, goes and pulls the live dates that admissions has set up for various open houses in a couple different select lists. And you choose the date that you want to come. The form comes up, you fill that all out, and then it emails off to the admissions department that you want to visit that day. And it was a very simple app to do. I mean, really, I already had all the core built for the Publik website, so it filled that gap fairly nicely. I think I covered everything. Let's see. Yeah. I don't remember typing that. That must not be my summary. So I'll just wing it. Let's see. SunGard supports this. It's a really thriving community, and it's fully customizable across platform. There is banner integration and authentication. How's that? So no, really. On a serious note, though, I've worked in the Luminous world for years and created Luminous modifications and tweaked Luminous and whatnot. And going through that code and dealing with that is just a heartache. It's very difficult to do. When the mobile connection framework came out, I was going through it, and only a programmer would look at code and be like, "Oh, this is gorgeous." It is just really elegant. It's very easy to customize. Okay, so don't be scared. I mean, you can do it. There's a huge community out there of people that are willing to help you. We're getting the code repository group together. We're going to be swapping code, posting things up there so you can download in as close to plug and play as possible for everybody, because we know that you don't have time to devote to this sort of stuff. So just keep a look at the comments, and if you have any questions, we'll be up here. Thanks a lot.